welcome to Make in India, a new deal for defence. I'm Shireen Pan. The company in focus today is part of one of India's most diversified conglomerates, the TATA Group. Tata Power Strategic Engineering is one of the oldest private sector companies in the defence space. It started as the R&D arm of the power utility company but transitioned into defence research when sanctions were imposed on India post Pokhran 1 and 2. Today, Tata Power SED is involved in cutting-edge technology for the armed forces and has been working on building launchers for almost all missiles in the armoury of our defence forces. Sajit Manga travels to Bengaluru to find out more about Tata Power SED. It's an early start for our team as we travel through Bengaluru's morning traffic to enter the iconic electronic city, the hub of Indian IT. Our destination today is not the tech giant Infosys, but a facility just adjacent to Infy's massive campus.
We are at Tata Power's Strategic Engineering Division in Bengaluru. Set up in 1973, it's one of the oldest private sector defence companies.
Housed on a 10-acre plot, this is Tata Power SED's facility in Bengaluru. Rahul Chaudhary, the CEO of this division, takes us through the genesis of the operation. Today, this division of Tata Power operates as a totally independent arm of the utility major and has played an important role in taking forward India's defence research and development program, especially when the sanctions were imposed on the country post the Pokhran test in the 70s and 90s.
We should probably be one of the less known companies in defence because our origin has been to create defence R&D and work very, very closely with the integrated missile development program of which was led by Dr. Kalam, and we were part of the R&D group, which then went on to create prototypes and products which have seen the kind of Prithvis and Akashes and Pinakas.
Tata Power SED has 7 DPP or Defence Procurement Procedure licenses, and its operations span across 5 strategic areas including weapons, command control communications computing, intel surveillance and reconnaissance, electronic warfare, sensors and communication systems.
We have 7 licenses, and these 7 licenses are from network-centric capabilities, electronic warfare, launchers, weapon systems, ground systems, inertial navigation systems, you name it. We have almost every possible license except for making aeroplanes and making ships.
From Akash to Agni 5, SED has been involved in the production of launchers for all missile systems.
SED, which was largely catering to the Indian Army, has now expanded its offerings and has built network capabilities across the 3 arms of the defence forces. It's currently actively participating in airfield modernization and naval systems.
We are not only just for land systems in the sense of army, we are also land systems for the Air Force. We are doing the modernization of airfield infrastructure. We have been also the guys who did the command and control system for the Navy for the Arihant, and we are continuing to do that for the new aircraft carrier being made.
Over the years, weapon systems has become SED's core strength. Its indigenous design and engineering capabilities meant that it was the first Indian private sector defence company to be a part of the integrated missile development program under APJ Abdul Kalam. In 1983, it set up its manufacturing facility on the outskirts of Bengaluru, the now famous electronic city. This facility is one of the few private sector facilities to undertake extensive tests against electromagnetic interference and electromagnetic pulse. It's also equipped to undertake stringent environment tests. Today, this facility is at the forefront of next-generation military hardware.
On the launcher side, a huge capacity. On the artillery side, Pinaka, we also did the 155-52 caliber gun, which is our own. We also did a mounted gun system for OFB, which was using their 105 gun, which we had put it on a Ashoka Leyland truck for them. So we have had a checkered history of creating indigenous weapon systems.
Tata Power SED is among the very few private sector companies that can boast of developing and inducting nearly 100 products from its labs for the defence sector. Most of its weapon systems have less than 10% foreign content, except in some of the computer systems where import content rises to 20%.
We were the designers. We were creating and working with DRDO. We are the oldest company which have worked with DRDO, but with a difference that we did our own productionization and prototyping. And therefore, a hell of a lot of products which we worked on came on. And that is the DNA of SED.
At its Bengaluru facility, SED works on manufacturing launch systems for missiles and rockets. It manufactures the Pinaka multi-barrel launcher, Akash missile launcher for the Army and Air Force, and the medium-range surface-to-air missile launchers. It also develops electronics for tanks, drive-by-wire automation mainly for the artillery. It's currently developing the next generation of launch vehicles for Pinaka, which will be lighter and can be deployed in mountainous terrains like the northeastern parts of the country.
We looked at 4 primary areas where we needed to create capabilities. Yes, one was the launchers and weapon systems and positioning, and in that we created capabilities and brought in capabilities on inertial navigation systems. We also brought in capabilities of primary position. We also brought in the capabilities of creating our own ballistic algorithms. We created capabilities of having trusted computer systems with which all the fire control can be controlled by us. We created fire control computer for Arjun. We created fire control computer for T90 tank.
SED has progressed from being a limited serial production company in 1995 to 2000 to being a prime contractor and system integrator in 2005. Today it has a 500-seater defence R&D centre in both Mumbai and Bengaluru, along with a production and maintenance factory at Bangalore. Well, it's time for us to take a break, but when we return, we focus on Tata Power SED's big technology bet and its focus on modernizing airfields in India to future-proof them. Stay on with us. You're watching Make in India, a new deal for defense.